hospital. Yeah. And we can't hear a word from Health Minister Kamal. Whoa. Black dirty water we have to drink. Was I say clean, but the smell is stink. And my friend, money ain't no problem. My friend, money ain't no problem. Whoa. Yeah. You can't even use your phone to dial a prayer. Yeah.
You can't even use your phone to dial a prayer.
In a mess and it's like nobody cares. Whoa. You can't even call the Prime Minister. He don't be phones in the Gulf of Paria. My friend, you're shouting, money ain't no problem. My friend, money ain't no problem. The AG started a drive to stop corruption. Yeah. All them wheeling and dealing big shops was in confusion. Whoa. They threatened to kill, but they keep on still. Suddenly stop. They pass a bill. My friend, they want it. Money ain't no problem. My friend, don't doubt me. Money ain't no problem. Whoa. Yeah. All them politicians today, they just full of smoke. Whoa. Only making foolish mistakes and calling it joke. Yeah. So much of people on the streets today, and we can't build a home for them to stay. My friend, money ain't no problem. Yeah. My friend, don't doubt me, money ain't no problem.
That song is 40 years old, and this not a shithole. This not a rat hole. Check the ones who telling you it not a shithole. Them bread butter on both sides. Check the ones who telling you it not a rat hole. Them getting government money, living in gated community. 40 years? 40 years, man? Only you're sick to all your stomach that this is what you're put up with? Eh? What has vexed them with Philip Edward Alexander is I know what I talk about, and I am courageous enough to speak about it. You are in a situation in this country where your vote has enslaved you since 1962. This song?
This is Caribbean Vibes.
Our roads are the worst in the Caribbean.
We start it over now. If you're hearing the words, I go sing it, I'll say it for you. This is Eric Williams bullshit he talking now. This is Eric Williams bullshit. Mind enslaving black people breaking bullshit. This is Eric Williams and the Plantation National Movement doctrine that Rowley and Chambers and Manning follow to the letter. When all they see in blackface. Ah, Messiah! That ain't who making the money. All you scrambling, fighting one another. I see two Rasta digging out one another eye. You know what they're fighting for? All they're fighting for the juice that is collect round the garbage can. That's what they're fighting for. I see some girls from a school boy, some little black girls and a mother jumping, and there's licks for this and licks for that. And all they're fighting for the dog shit that the dog leave behind. Because what they're fighting for, what black Trinbagonians fighting for, nobody else I want. All they're fighting one another. All they're fighting one another for things nobody else I want. Black people fighting for the right to live in squalor. We have people in this country killing one another. murder, gang violence, killing one another for the rights to property they will never own. The Middle Passage was a horrendous thing. The blessing of the good ship Jesus and sending it to the, what they used to call the place, the point of no return, don't turn back. Sending it there to pick up black people and bring them to the West and to use them as slaves was a merciless, despicable act. But what Eric Williams do? What Eric Williams do was worse. What Eric Williams do was worse. Because Eric Williams come and unlock Massa chain and put on PNM chain. A lie? 40 years. I want you to hear Ras, well, he wasn't Ras Shorty then, he was just Shorty. I want you to hear Shorty sing. Money ain't no problem. But listen to what Shorty singing about, you know. It's the same thing that Sparrow was singing about 20 years after. When Sparrow come to sing, we like it so. And all they're doing is parroting this shit. Instead of looking at your condition, why is it so difficult for you to take a drive to Gulf View or Sinclair or Fairways or Goodwood Park or Bayshore? You can't get in Bayshore anymore, you look over the gate. But go and look and see the real beneficiaries of the PNM. Oh God, man, serious. A tired see my black brothers and sisters suffer. A tired see it. A tired see it. A tired see them carrying and dragging through life. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the murder. I'm tired of the violence. I'm tired of them failing. I'm tired of them suffering. I'm tired of 99% of every cry for help that I get as a black person. I am tired of the grandchildren of Africa. The rightful heirs, they are rightful heirs to Trinidad and Tobago, being misled by blackface. I am fed up of mocking pretenders like Keith Rowley and Fitzgerald Hines, whose only job is to exploit these people. I am so tired of this. You take the average black person in Trinidad and Tobago who can't make ends meet, who they just talk. You ever watch them on social media? Why are they making children? You ever watch them on social media? Don't make children if you have no money. Don't make children if you have no work. Where they get any work from? Where they get any money from? You? They come in DDI with you for you to explain how you end up with DDI property? You want to do that? Come now, let me talk. Because the People's National Movement has had one rule, and the rest of them, I tell you, you know, they have 2 times I could be as honest as I want to be. Put me in the parliament or when I leave. When I leave, I'm gone. And I'll probably do one last video. And I'll drop some truth bombs. So devastating. Truth so horrendous to comprehend. Trinidad and Tobago is set up where if I speak the truth, it is easier for them to send a pre-action protocol letter to shut me up from educating you than it is for the law enforcement of the country. Look at the amount of shit that I have raised on the issue of the Red House and President's House and Udicott. Look at the amount. If this was America, the media take it and gone with it already. But not in the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of do what the ass you like land. Because here, if you own the media and you get in government advertising, you have to keep your ass quiet. You can't write. You can't publish. You can't. Your media in name only, you're a joke. And you're using your sacred profession instead of in defense of the people. Now you've turned it on its head. And in Trinidad and Tobago, journalism is the equivalent of the hunters who used to hunt the runaway slaves. That's what journalism is in Trinidad and Tobago. Hunt them down, break their foot, cut it off by the ankle and drag them back. Hang them, whip them, put them back in the field. The reality in this country is so stink. It's so nasty. But people are so trapped, and I don't know, I really don't know what Eric Williams do. I don't know what voodoo that was. Because it really does not make sense that people whose children swell up with gas, fuss they hungry, who husband in jail or dead or can't get a work, it is so hard to hear them, who boy child get shot in the street like a dog from police or gangster, defending the very culture, the very politics that cause it. I don't know what Eric Williams did. I don't know what he did. I watch poor people in Woodford Square travel and come down the road to defend an abuse of public office so obscene that they can't even count to the number. But as long as Massa House good, I good. I don't know how that happened. When I was in St. Mary's College, I learned of a man named Toussaint Louverture. And I think Toussaint was the first hero that I chose for myself. Toussaint Louverture was so strong in his mind. Che Guevara is joke. What Toussaint did, Haiti still paying France for. It humiliated France so bad. White plantation owners swim away from Haiti to get away from Toussaint. The only country in the world that didn't have a conversation about if the free slaves was Haiti. Haiti, they broke it. The slave rebellion in Haiti, learn your history, broke slavery. And it sent shockwaves through the Western world, which was set up as one massive plantation. Trinidad, America, Cuba, Jamaica, all of it was plantation for exploitation of free labor. All of it. All of the colonies. The things that paid for the Queen's golden piano. Yeah. Yeah. You want to give me talk. You want to give me talk. But you don't know your history. And to have a country like Trinidad and Tobago that had the kind of money that Trinidad and Tobago had, Eric Williams and his crew, his band, I almost wish for a hell more than a heaven. I almost wish for a Satan to be real. More than a God, I want a Satan to be real. I want fellas like Eric to be crying in pain and bawling every day for the rest of eternity. I want that for Eric Williams. Nasty, nasty man. Misused people's trust, abused people's trust, betrayed poor people's trust, and did worse to them than the colonizers did. Under the colonizers, things was tough, but you could have survived and you could have thrived. We produced global scholars under the Queen. Look at our education system today. Look at our education system today. Look at this stunting donkey. I see Martin Daly use the word stunting in his column. You all could pretend you're not following close. But my words are infecting your mind and coming out your mouth and coming out your pen. You can't resist It's like a lust for knowledge. Philip Edward Alexander is on. And all of you, some of them have more degrees than a thermometer. And they don't know nothing. They are regurgitators. This is fact now. When you come here, and I'm happy. I'm happy. I think Martin Daly has something to offer, you know. I really do. I really think Afro Raymond have something to offer. I really do. These fellas are scared to death of me. Because I am not a pin cushion. I am not a talk in front and do deals behind guy. I'm not. And everybody, if you scratch them, they expose. And I willing, scratch me. I willing to debate everybody. I will debate you in the street. I'll debate you in the square. I'll debate you in the Red House. I'll debate you anywhere. Any one of you. Any one of them. Bring your facts. They say that you're entitled to your own opinion. You're not entitled to your own facts. The facts I bring could be backed up, could be verified. We could get the veracity. People has messaged me all the time, boy, I just Googled them thing you tell me tonight. And I don't know why my school didn't teach me that. I went prestige school and they may teach me the things you teach me. And I want Trinbagonians. You see, knowledge is power. Knowledge. There's a lesson in every experience. We, 1.4 million jackass, we who get caught up in nigger politics, coolie politics, don't give a shit politics, we ultimately responsible. I am not the only person. Listen to Shorty. I am not the only person with knowledge.
It's 5 to a bed in the hospital.
It is 5 to a bed in the hospital. This song was written, I think it was the 70s.
Yeah. And we can't hear a word from Health Minister Kamal.
And you can't hear a word from your health minister. Like us, tonight, facing a coronavirus. And let me straighten something out there because people, Chinese, we good with we research. If it's a new virus, how come it on Dettol? How come it on Lysol? The normal virus is a coronavirus. The term coronavirus is not a brand new thing. This strain of coronavirus is virulent. It is highly contagious. And that is what is causing the panic. Because the flu, influenza, and viruses could pass through. Look, one just passed through Trinidad and Tobago and kill some people. Because if your immune system compromised, the very elderly, babies, and people who are infirm or otherwise unwell could die. But because of how rapidly this particular coronavirus is spreading, it is why it is a source for such concern. And while the World Health Organization, who has a responsibility to prevent epidemics from happening, and that is why they call it a crisis right now, because what you want to do is stop the path of infection, control it, and kill it. That's what they want to do. They don't want the whole world getting this virus and a set of people dead. But anyway, your health minister is an irresponsible jackass. And this is reckless disregard for human life. There are a lot of people in Trinidad and Tobago who going and play mass. My partner Marlon Sky that we burying on Tuesday. We cremate him on Tuesday. He died. He died this week. My brother, one of my best friends in the world. He didn't know his heart was compromised. He was in soca. He know all the feds. I sure he don't have his carnival costume organized. Because he's a man, he don't miss nothing like that. This is his thing. He didn't know he would be dead before carnival. He didn't know. Young, when I say young, relatively young, but strong, fit, well taken care of guy. In the gym training to prepare for his carnival. Get a chest pain and died. Do you know that 1 in 3 deaths in the world now are as a result of coronary events? 1 in 3? Check yourself, eh? Check yourself. Moving on. The Minister of Health is acting irresponsibly. He doesn't have the qualifications nor the experience to be determining what this nation's response should be. And that is sad, because the doctors in the public service are 50-50 on this. They're on the fence about this. They know that controlled, the coronavirus don't have to kill a set of people, but they know that carnival creates an environment for massive spreading. And that's what's wrong. It is a timing thing. And for all the people who talking about Chinese will riot if they have no carnival, listen. The 60,000 people who want to show the world their tits and their ass cheeks, them not rioting for nothing. The fellas who get in the work to hose down the piss truck and dress up like security, so the people who want to show off their tits and their ass cheeks, they will find something else to do. The economy wouldn't collapse. Carnival is a net loss to Trinidad and Tobago, not a net gain. So it's not like we're losing anything. It's not. It's not like we're losing anything. And it would be sensible. And I'm waiting to see what Brazil does. I'm waiting to see what New Orleans does with their carnival. Anyway.
That dirty water we have to drink. What's I say? Clean, but it smelling stink.
It's dirty water we have to drink. Wassa said clean, but it's smelling stink. My friend, money ain't no problem. Listen to what this man is singing to you when Eric Williams was Prime Minister.
Money ain't no problem.
How all I didn't wake up? How all I didn't get vexed then?
Money ain't no problem. Whoa. Yeah.
This song was written on an album, Soca Explosion, from 1978. That is 42 years ago.
You can't even use your phone to dial a prayer. Yeah.
You can't even use your phone to dial a prayer. I find that is extremely funny.
All the phones in a mess and it's like nobody cares. Whoa. You can't even call the Prime Minister. He don't be phones in the Gulf of Paria. My friend, the shouting, money ain't no problem. Lord, money ain't no problem. The AG started a drive to stop corruption.
The AG started a drive to stop corruption. I want you to understand, this song is 42 years old.
Yeah. All them wheeling and dealing big shots was in confusion.
All them wheeling and dealing big shots. Talking about Faris and the Nahus clan. Faris is your attorney general representing the Nahus clan in government, renting us properties that we don't need outside of downtown Port of Spain, yet the highest per square foot price. And they have people who will defend that, who can't afford school shoes for the children.
They threatened to kill, but they keep on still. Suddenly stop. They pass a bill. My friend, we want it. Money ain't no problem. My friend, don't doubt me. Money ain't no problem.
And you know, and this is the truth of our condition. Whatever they did, it may be impossible to cure. There are people who saw a little black boy skate water on Fitzgerald Hines. And defending Fitzgerald Hines for bringing a case against this boy. Now, the whole of Beatum, if the whole of Beatum, hear me? If the whole of Beatum had tell the PNM to F off that day, you can't get nothing here. The next day, tractors, bulldozers, dump trucks, workers would have been inside Beatum, cleaning Beatum and solving their water problem, fixing up people's house and organizing jobs. But because Beatum people are so foolish as to give their vote away so cheaply, the people who want their vote don't have to do nothing for it. The people who not voting PNM, like St. Joseph and Tunapuna and St. Augustine, they have plenty to get. San Fernando West have plenty to get because you're fighting for them people vote. You're fighting to say, look how much thing we give. Beatum, Morva, Laventille, Silots, oh look at dead. Well, don't dead because they want your vote. But they have nothing for you. Nothing. They'll pass before election and pelt some shiny shillings on the ground and let you dig out one another eye to get it. All they come in and vote. And when Nylon Hippolyte was the member of parliament for Laventille West, I was on a radio show and I interviewed him. And I asked him, I said, Nylon, why doesn't Laventille marginalize itself? It is in your best interest to vote for another party completely. Hold your nose if you have to and vote for another party. You see, the reason for it is like Diego Martin. Diego Martin West is the richest constituency in the country. Diego Martin West has more millionaires than any other constituency in this country. Diego Martin West has Victoria Gardens, Goodwood Gardens, Goodwood Park, Glencoe, Bayshore, Columbus Circle, to name a few. Bayshore, Regents Park, all of that is Diego Martin West, Keith Rowley's constituency. But Diego Martin West is also a hotspot. Diego Martin West also has some of the worst squalid ghetto communities in this country. Diego Martin West has Bagatelle, Covine, Rich Plain, Mason, Factory Road, Saganga, La Puerta, Abbey Pujad, Big Yard, Scorpion, Hague Street, Point Cumana, Caranage. All of that is also Diego Martin West. Blue Range is Diego Martin Central. All of that is Diego Martin West. And Diego Martin West, those constituencies I just called, life is so hard in Bagatelle. Bagatelle, the mouth of Bagatelle, if you walk around the road in a circle, you walk on Diego Martin Northeast, Diego Martin Central, and Diego Martin West. 3 MPs, Darrell Smith, Colm Imbert, and Keith Rowley. And they do nothing for these people. Nothing. And in 2015, I ran as an independent candidate, Philip Edward Alexander, in Diego Martin West. And we organized a music truck. And I walked from Bagatelle to Chagaramas. And you could tell on that, when you're walking down Diego Martin Main Road, everything on your right, if you're walking in a southerly direction, everything on your right, everything on the western side is Diego Martin West. And everything on the eastern side of that road is Diego Martin Central. So you're walking down a road with Diego Martin Central on your left and Diego Martin West on your right. And every time you come in to a built-up community, the roads clean, the pavements proper, the infrastructure is there. When you outside a die-hard PNM community, it's piles of rubbish, old fridge, old washing machine. The people live in squalor. They do this to them. The people of Rich Plain came to me. Rich Plain have it bad. Rich Plain is at war. Rich Plain have a lower and upper gang, two different gangs, killing one another in Rich Plain. You gotta be careful what time you walk where in Rich Plain. You could get killed for nothing. And when the people of Rich Plain came to me for water, and I went to Wassa and I gave them a plan, I said, let me just put some tanks and give the people some water. Keith Rowley and the then councillor went to the Integrity Commission to say that Wassa is supporting my candidacy. Now, what insanity. You are the member of parliament for these people at that point in time. I think it was about 30 years. And they didn't have water for 60. Roger Rabbits, we know. Everybody in the country know about the fire in the Red House. They didn't have water for 60 years. And when somebody went to help those people, that's what you get upset about. That somebody do your job. You and the local government councillor call a press conference. Panicked me. I didn't know what the hell that meant. The Integrity Commission, I thought this was madness. The people get their water. I watch Ricky Garcia, who was a councillor for the Congress of the People, for La Puerta, fight and get money to lift up all the pitch in La Puerta from Diego Martin Main Road to the top of the hill. Get Wassa to fix and regularize everybody from Diego Martin Main Road to the top of the hill, and then repave a ribbon of tar that La Puerta had not seen for decades. And those people still vote PNM. They still voted PNM. Now, I still fighting. And I'm going to fight until elections. But I said today, my job, I am doing it. Your job at election time is to make a sensible choice. And if you believe that voting into office, the people that bury your parents in poverty and will bury you in poverty and will consign your children's lives if they don't get out. And you're trapped in a shithole now, you know. You're trapped in a shithole. Because even if you decide to leave, you got to leave everything here. Nobody wants Trinidad and Tobago dollars. You can't get US to buy. Look at me. I was going to the bank and beg for my 200 US when I did. I could imagine how poor people who don't have connections, 200 US is a connections thing. If you don't have connections, you're dead. I don't understand how poor people in this country drowning, who have the intelligence, they must have the intelligence to see what's coming. They must. I understand people spending their money, buying their coffin, gang members, making sure they set aside money for a proper coffin funeral home, making money in this country. These fellas want to die with Hennessy pouring on them, all kind of shit. Where are the black leaders to go and talk to these people? Where are they? To lead them away from this. Where are they? Where are the black leaders to stand up, raise their hand and say, Philip, we're working with you. Let's do this. Or work on your own. Form your own party. Do something. Where are they? How come nobody is challenging? How come there are no black movements challenging the PNM for the souls of black Trinbagonians? Somebody shared a video today and they wrote on it, our teachers trained for this, and they're damn right. If I was a teacher and the children getting on like that in the school, I gone. I prefer to sell peas out my trunk than to risk that And who fighting in the school, you break up the fight and their brother in a gang or their father is a gunman and all kind of shit. I go on, quiet. Keep that bitch. Where's tutor? Where are the teachers? Why are the teachers? If tutor full of shit, if tutor is only about money, resign from tutor. Form yourself into your own organization. And listen, we need the people of this country, all of us, together to put the flag first. That symbol. Let that symbol unite us. Nothing else works for us. Nothing else. Let that symbol unite us. Let us join together as one people under that flag. Let's do that. Let's make that flag our symbol and our call to action. Elections day. Let us take a chance to change this country. From Shorty's song in 1978 and Sparrow's song in 1985 and Diplay's song in 1988 and all of these people who have been singing their heart out, all of these people who have been ringing the bell. Lincoln Myers get himself sick, fasting on the Hall of Justice steps for accountability. I did a video this last week asking, where's our money? If you don't believe anything else, believe this. All our money was stolen. The $500 million in the Red House, that was a criminal act from the highest offices in this land. From the moment the Prime Minister put out that breakdown, he put himself in trouble. From the moment, there are people in this country know who name is Bagman. There are people in this country who know money going Ghana. Lee Hunt is your job. Anyway, there are people in this country who know in that entire party whose job it is to cut the money and divide it and how to get it out of the country. You can't get US, but bandits getting the money out. High collar bandits, white collar bandits. Whether or not you believe that I am capable of doing what I tell you that I could do, I want you to know this. Your government approved to spend $17 million to restore Cottage. Now, they could bullshit you about the Red House. It's have 100 trillion thing to fix. No problem, I take that. $500 million, okay, no problem, stick a pin. They could bullshit you about the President House. They have 9 billion thing to fix. Okay, no problem. But you spent $17 million to renovate a cottage. Now, how did you do that? This is a country where we jail a man for $2. Where are we now? If Unicot gave Unicom, a company represented by the wife of a cabinet minister, $17 million to renovate an existing house. I want to tell you this. $17 million could build 17 president's cottages from scratch. And the average person knows that, because the average person knows the price of bricks and cement and labor. So how did we spend $17 million to renovate a cottage? And if the Prime Minister is not corrupt, and if the Prime Minister is not complicit, And if Keith Rowley is not part of the criminal enterprise that was Udicott led by Noel Garcia, I want you all to hear my words. I want them to write it in their statement of case. If the Prime Minister is not part of it, where is our investigation, sir? Where? Where is our investigation? If you want to tell me, park President's house for now, that's complicated. Red House, worse, park that up. Talk about that cottage. How did it cost 17 million? You said 3,000 people get work, no problem. Why was it only Venezuelans? You see, in this country, if you talk enough, Chinese, like I want to tell them, if it was dust that tripped the fire alarm, no problem. But let it be dust. Because if it's not dust, I want to tell you, somebody have the footage of what it is, whatever it is. The leaking roof should have tell you that, Adrian Tanyuk, a march is not enough. What we need are people willing to stand together for this country and make proper plans. Short-term, medium-term, and long-term plan. The long-term plan has to be to win the election and to get it out of the hands of these corrupt sons of bitches. That has to be the plan. I want to ask all of you all who follow this live video, please don't get distracted by bullshit now. Let us keep the wheels on the tracks, because that's the only way forward, you know. They will encourage you to talk shit. Bacchanal politics, before the Progressive Empowerment Party, before I started doing these live videos, up to 2017, the Parliament was debating Roti Wars. That was a headline in the paper. Roti Wars, believe it or not, before the Progressive Empowerment Party. Because we've changed the narrative. We've changed the narrative. Roti Wars. Who spent more in Roti when they was in government? The government tried to silence me, hired senior counsel, and threatened me. I have to go to the Chief Justice and speak to him. The courts are being used in this country to silence the citizens' concerns. It is too easy to issue a pre-action protocol letter and have people fighting up to find lawyer and find lawyer money. Lawyer money not cheap. To find lawyer money to answer pre-action protocol letters. The state has a responsibility to protect those who stand up unselfishly for the country. That's the state's job. Keith Rowley is supposed to fire Noel Garcia for having the audacity to send 3 pre-action protocol letters, but Keith Rowley is a son of a bitch because he sent his own with his boy toy, Michael Kwamina, who instead of being investigated because he was the Prime Minister's attorney in a matter where the Prime Minister is named in corruption against Petrotrin, how the hell did Michael Kwamina end up chairing the same bloody company? This is a criminal land. And if you do not stand up, forget the people who live in nice. Forget the corrupt people who want to tell it not a rathole, that it not a shithole. Look around, man. Look around. 2,176 people have been murdered since Keith Rowley was elected to office. 2,176 people have lost their lives since Keith Rowley was elected to office. He's done nothing to change the circumstances. He's done nothing to change the conditions of the desperate poor that provides the human resources to the drug traffickers and the money launderers and the contraband importers that bringing in the AR-15 and the AK-47 and the Galil to get them little black boys to stunt with and kill with. He's done nothing. He's done nothing. The majority of people And I watching certain members, die-hard peppers, but they looking to put themselves in UNC good graces in case UNC get in, because them need a house too. Them need water run by the yard too. Them need road, all kind of shit. Them need job. And until we stop thinking of ourselves only, because those same people, and I want them to hear me, I put myself at great risk doing what I do. I experience victimization and character assassination on a daily basis. I put my life on the line to do what I do. So if all you need is a water line or a paved road or a job, sacrifice a little bit for your country and stand with Philip Edward Alexander, because I am saying this. There are no other options. There are no other options. MSJ and David Abdullah not worth their weight in shit. David Abdullah is the political arm of OWTU. There is of nothing of value from the MSJ. The Congress of the People is a completely spent force. There is nothing there. Carolyn Sipasad Bechan, she may have some value as a technocrat. She may have some value as a possible Minister of Energy, and I'd happily talk to her about that. But Carolyn Sipasad Bechan is not a political leader, and worse, it's too late. Your party is dead. You are literally flogging a dead horse, distracting people and wasting your time. You're wasting good people time. Brent and Renata Teixeira, I have a little message for you all. Renata, don't be washing your mouth on the Progressive Empowerment Party. Always big up inside the Congress of the People. And people like you are the people reasons why it failed. Okay? You're gone, giving your support to Kamala. No problem at all. You have every right to. But you, people like you, are the political jokes in this country. People who take, and I watch a man who campaigned against Rowley for years, take a bag of money and then went and campaigned for him. Have some blasted self-respect. And if you can't do the job, stand down. Don't sell your soul. It is exactly why your poor daughter end up married to Anil Roberts and make a mockery of his young self all over this country with porn video and all kind of shit. It is exactly why. You're all up in the church, you're all up in Creflo crack, but you don't understand what decency, morality, and integrity is. If you have a problem with me or the Progressive Empowerment Party, Renata and Brent, I was in your house. You could tell me directly. Stop being convenient political hitmen. Stop it. Stop selling your soul for silver. Look around the irony of what you're doing. Everybody talking about Kamala quiet, they know why Kamala quiet, because I and the Progressive Empowerment Party doing the whole job. The UNC can't do what I do. They're incapable right now. So they're releasing candidates for what? It's not like you're going to get votes for them right now. You're not doing what needs to be done. You didn't stand up for the people with the polymer notes. You didn't stand up for the people with what's going on with UDCOT. You're going in the parliament and you're standing up and you're stunting. Madam Speaker, we would like to raise an issue of public order, of urgent public business. Speaker say no. And you have your handful of people outside saying, look, you see, Kamala try. That is not a try. Kamala could mobilize 500,000 Indians if she really is the leader of the UNC. Maybe she's not. Maybe she's afraid to test it. Maybe Kamala is afraid to call a protest march and find out that she's not the leader of the UNC. That people are not interested in anything that she has to say. Maybe the UNC itself is a spent force. And they know for a fact that they have some seats in Parliament now. So the best that they could do is stunt. But maybe they can't mobilize people. Because maybe the people are fed up of the UNC. I look at their posts on Facebook and they get 3 likes and 4 shares. And I know if your people for you, I share a picture of a drawing of a toe to prove a point and get 1,000 shares. And we talk about the 1,000 shares and the post that was about the toe, not the toe, The post that was about the post about the toe, that get 1,000 shares too. Trinidadians are fed up. And there are good people in the UNC. And those people in the UNC, I am calling on you now. Come away. Come away. Because we cannot risk it. We cannot risk PNM getting back into office. And the people who say that the Progressive Empowerment Party going to split the vote, that is bullshit. The Progressive Empowerment Party is mobilizing the vote. And the fact that some people are still going to be confused and vote UNC is UNC fault. The UNC has failed. Why is Kamla different to Manning? When Manning failed, he left. Kamla, you should have stepped down. You can't lead the UNC anymore. You can't lead the party. There are a couple of people who still deify you for whatever reason, because East Indian people, all people like that. All people and all East Indian people like that. Pandey was their god for a while until they spit him out. Your spit come in. Your spit come in. And you're all supposed to, you've had your chance. You're living well. You're farting through silk till you're dead. Get out of the way. Let somebody else try and do what you couldn't do. Let somebody else. There is nothing. There is nothing left. There are a couple people taking PNM money and fooling you, forming a little party. This little boy with the progressives, just trying to pass himself off as us. He can't get 5 people in a meeting still. And I don't know why he doesn't just admit defeat and come. Because we told him, come and work with us. If you really have the country's interest at heart, come and work with us. The Progressive Empowerment Party is the strongest third option in the country. It is the most viable option in the country. And yes, it is difficult to hear the truth that I speak. Yes, it must be. It absolutely must be horrendously difficult. You think it's hard for you to hear it? Think how hard it is for me to say it. I would like to be in every fete. I would like to be enjoying my days, liking myself. Afraid to go out, one, because I'm living in a shithole where you could be collateral damage, and I don't want to. I really, you will find it drawing on the toe. Seriously. Listen, I'm burying people. I buried my sister last year. I buried her best friend Tuesday. I'm burying people. I buried Rathole Pantin. I buried Lincoln Myers. I'm burying good people. I'm burying people. People that start off on this journey with, and I'm concerned because people telling me, boy, Philip, Trinidadians stupid. I can't believe Trinidadians stupid. I want to say, look, 34% of the people came out to the local government. They said they want none of them. It's only some trolls and some sycophants and some beneficiaries that still come out and vote. But the rest of the population, 66% of the people say they want better. I'm watching that Sabga Media lost $11 million year before. Waiting to hear what was the size he lost this year. I'm waiting to see Samson Anton out on the road looking for a work somewhere. I'm waiting for that. The people waking up, and I think that we could do this. I think that we could make this happen, and it doesn't have to be names and faces. You don't have to tell me, bring the Avengers, I need Hulk, Captain America, and Black Widow. You could work with normal, everyday, decent people. You see how hard we've worked. You see how committed we've been. We've done more meetings, more events than parties that are in actual government, who faced elections. Carol Hannibal, who just spoke on the thing, she talked to me today about some fellow named Lane Sohan. Lane Sohan sent me a message on Facebook with a list of things that he bad talking me with and saying, if I answered for him, he will support me. Now I want to ask him something, and Carol, this is the answer that you asked me for today. If Lane believes that if I answer it, my words would be true, then why would he need for me to answer it? They're ridiculous. And if any of it was true, could I be doing what I am doing now? Could I be the most accessible politician in the country? I go on whatever media you give me an opportunity on. Still you open the phone lines. Let the people talk. I am the only politician that will debate you anywhere. My live videos, my Facebook, my social media is open to the world. You don't have to be my friend to read, to comment, to write on my wall. Go on the PNM wall and see. Even if you're a member, you can't post. Only the admins can post. Go on UNC wall and see. If Alan Karim and them fall out with your boots your ass out. I am the only politician who is as accessible as I am. If any of that bullshit lane was true, could I be doing what I do? It is too easy. The PNM does this well. It is too easy to assassinate characters, to hide behind fake profiles, to corrupt all institutions of state and use them to further their corruption. You must know, anytime you stand up against the contract mafia looting this country, operating two cults, you must know they will unleash hell. It is me and a political movement that stood up and pushed the Prime Minister and his Udicot company and his big mouth Noel Garcia, pushed them back on the Red House. Push them back. And now they putting out release after release. Before the fire engine finished, wrap up the hose, Noel Garcia put out a release. It was dust. Because they don't want to get catch again. Prior to me, somebody said today, if it wasn't for you, think Rowley putting out breakdown. If it wasn't for you, think they answering. People would have take that $500 million like a hit and go. Like we take 1.2 billion on Taruba and we gone. They got $1 billion on Cuba Hospital, we gone. They 1.3 billion in Tobago Hospital, we take that and we gone. We take $500 million a year in rents, Faris and the family, and we taking that because nobody's standing up and nobody's speaking out. And you picked one thing, President's house, and you stood your ground and you showed how weak they are, how incapable they are. And you went outside on the night of your birthday, outside the president's house, and you answered the pre-action protocol letter. And you said, I'll see you in court. And yes, you get licks there before. Yes, it's not easy. Yes, it's hard. Yes, you have to gird your loins and put on your breastplate and all of your armor and march into that every single time. Yes, it's not easy. But when you stand up to bullies, when you stand up to liars, when you stand up to the corrupt and the criminal, white-collar criminals in this country, they collapse because they've never experienced anything like this before. The Progressive Empowerment Party is an opportunity for us to fix Trinidad and Tobago like it's never been fixed before. I want to tell you something. I promise you this with everything inside me. Put us in office, we will jail the people who stole this country's money. We will jail them. We will jail ministers. If it's prime ministers, we will go after all. We will go after every single one of them. We will make sure that we get back all our money. I am going, put me in the parliament because I want to go to Canada and talk to Justin Trudeau. I want them towers back that PNM stinkmouth Johnny O'Halloran stole. We have skyscrapers in Canada built with Trinidad money. I want to go to Justin Trudeau and ask for it back. You're really a good and decent man? I will prove to you that it is corruption money built those. I want you to charge and jail all his heirs. We want back all the money. I want you to hear that. Government using agriculture land, giving agriculture land to former ministers, current ministers, change of use, building mall and gas station and Cineplex. That all of that is corruption. All of that is corruption. And a progressive empowerment party government will break it all down. Colm Imbert rushing to sell 49% of the Pitch Lake to the Chinese because he knows the writing on the wall. I want the Chinese government to hear me. The PNM is not, they do not have the right to sign such a deal at this point. They are a lame duck government. They are on their last year and they have no chance of winning another election. And do not sign that deal because you will put us in problems where we have to come and stand up to you to undo it. Because we'll undo it. The Pitch Lake is a crown jewel belonging to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And if I were Prime Minister and anybody else owned the Pitch Lake besides the people of this country, I, as Prime Minister, will lead a march to Labray and we will take it back. We need to be respected as heirs, shareholders, stakeholders. This is our country. When they steal money and the cost of living gets harder and harder, where your money gets weaker and weaker and things get more and more expensive, that gap is the money that they've stolen. That's it there. The high cost of living, the difficulty in surviving, the madness in Trinidad and Tobago, the Mova, Beaton, Blaventil, Sealots, Never Dirty, Embacadere, Enterprise, Cocoa Reach, Harding Place, Waterhole, Belmont, Gonzales, those places, is their money stolen. Them. All of them. River Estate, all up and down this country, La Hoqueta, Talparo. How those people live, God have mercy. Live from a shithole. We got the president herself to retract, recant, reposition when she came into the Red House after her national pride nonsense about President's House. She realized that she had a role, she had a voice, and she had a bully pulpit to use them both on. And she did. And I acknowledge that. But it's not enough. It is not enough. Madam President, the Minister of Health is putting citizens' lives at risk. Revoke his appointment. Madam President, if the Prime Minister doesn't agree, revoke the Prime Minister's appointment too. Test the Constitution. It's a living document. Test it. Revoke his appointment if your office has any value to the country. It is time we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, stop accepting stunting, nonsense, bullshit excuses from public office holders. Keith Rowley have questions to answer. Put somebody in office who will make him answer. Kamala Prasad-Bissessar is not that person. She cannot. The PNM walking around talking about locking up UNC members, UNC walking around talking about locking up PNM members, and all of them laughing and joking behind all their back. It is not anymore. It is not right that this be our situation. It is not correct that this be who we are. It is not correct. We need to fix it. We need to fix it. And we need to fix it now. Because there'll be no other chance. January 17th, I turned 53. I know I am on the best years of my last years. And I have every means possible to be living my best life anywhere in the world. I don't have to stay in this rathole. I don't have to stay in this shithole. I could go. I could go anywhere. My children, one is a Canadian, one is a British. We could leave. I don't have to be in this rathole. If I leave Trinidad and Tobago, I don't have to go and bag groceries for nobody. I work hard and I have mine. And I know that this is, and I'm telling you this, that to sacrifice this and to do what we do now is only national service. I can't say it's love of country anymore. Because if I was to be honest with you, I don't love Trinidad and Tobago right now. I don't. Right now, this place disturbs me. should disturb you too.
That you're writing a really important email to a colleague.
It should disturb you too. Hey! There we go!
Why did she hold it like that? Why did she hold it like that? Your country in a hole, everything out of control.
What is?
Why did she hold it like that?
Check it out. 9 o'clock in the morning.
Let me walk in bed.
9 o'clock in the morning.
What you about? What you about?
9 o'clock in the morning.
Let me walk in bed.
9 o'clock in the morning.
What you about? What you about?
9 o'clock on the dot. And no food in the pot. Why?
Follow me the road.
There's a
Follow me the road.
9 o'clock in the day. You can't see your way. Why?
Traffic on the highway. Traffic on the highway.
Organized crime. It's organized crime. Everywhere you turn. Crime and more crime. White collar crime. Blue collar crime. No collar crime. We're running out of time.
Why did she hold it like that? Why did she hold it like that? Your country in a hole, everything out of control. Why did she hold it like that?
There we go now. 9 o'clock in the morning.
Let me walk in bed.
9 o'clock in the morning.
What you about? What you about?
9 o'clock in the morning.
Let me walk in bed.
9 o'clock in the morning.
What you about? What you about?
9 o'clock on the dot. Your salary cut.
Follow me the road. Follow me the road.
9 o'clock in the day. No way to get paid.
Traffic on the highway. Traffic on the highway.
Bills and more bills. Bills and more bills.
Nothing to walk. Nothing to walk. Nothing. Nothing to walk. Nothing to walk. Nothing to walk. Nothing to walk.
$3 trillion spent. Nothing to show. That's how it go in a land named Trinidad. Check it.
Nothing to walk. Nothing to walk.
Nothing. Public health fail. Public works fail. Local government fail. Central government fail.
Nothing to walk. 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 Nothing to walk.
57 years. Tears. 57 years. Praise.
Nothing to walk. Nothing to walk. Nothing to walk.
No bread in the kitchen. No gas in the car. No water in the pipe. Everybody by the bar. Hole in the pavement. Hole in your shoe. Hole in your wallet. There's only holes for you.
Nothing to walk. 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 Nothing to walk.
So tomorrow, Monday, I am writing the Integrity Commission, I am writing the Commissioner of Police, I am writing the Director of Public Prosecutions, and I'm writing Her Excellency the President. And I'm writing these letters again to demonstrate to the people of Trinidad and Tobago again, and we have a record of these things now, that we've tried with every mechanism to bring these people to justice. Yes, Sage, Tugboat, I sang that song. Well, talking. Me and a couple other people. But you understand what I'm trying to tell you? That this week here, we are going to write all the office holders who have some responsibility and ask them to do their job. What happens next is up to them. But what happens to this country is up to us. This is our country. This is ours. This is our nation. It should be better. Beetham should look like Goodwood Park. It could. We could fix it. We could give people hope and opportunity. We could make jobs, job one. We could make money for housing available to the people. We could diversify this economy. We could move us from 22 billion GDP to 320 billion to match Singapore, half the size of Trinidad and Tobago. Listen, you've heard all of this before. A lot of you all like the opportunity to talk to each other, and that's cool. But we have to do more. We really have to do more. We have to organize. If you're on this video and you're not involved yet, get involved. Reach out to Felicia Holder. Reach out to Debbie Jaikaran. Reach out to Shari Wilson. Reach out to Michelle Davis. Reach out to Anthony Defoe, Satish Ramsaran. Reach out to any of the team members. Limma McLeod Wilkinson is the head of the Women's Arms, a deputy political leader. Anthony Defoe is the PRO, he's a deputy political leader. Reach out to these people. Felicia Holder chairing the party and she chairing finance. Two massive roles. Reach out to them. If you're not involved, get involved. Make a donation. Join the party. Take a role. Get involved. Help us. This is our country. This is our response. If we don't do this well, there will be nothing. There will be, and listen, we will have only ourselves to blame. It is set up for one chance, one vote. If we don't do it well for 5 more years of cutthroat, we need to put Trinidad and Tobago first. We need to do the right thing. Elections is coming. The foreign-based Trinis, we need your help. We need your financial help. We have to buy media time, and we need to broadcast to every corner of this country. We're doing a lot of work. We set up our own studio. We have our own pep media. Help us. We need your assistance. We need financial help. We need what Tony calls sweat equity. We need physical bodies. We have members of this party that's worked their fingers to the bone. We need your assistance. We need your help. If you would like to join us, look for any of the members posting right now. A set of people posting a set of links. You could message them. You could message me. Come and join us. The reality of the situation is bleak. What is coming down that light at the end of the tunnel is a train rushing towards us. We need to fix this country fast before it is no longer possible to fix it. Yeah? Trinidad and Tobago. Ball is in our court. We have a good, strong team. Anthony Selenan, he and his wife Joan have a massive team. That is our Toronto chapter. We have Denise Xavier and her crew. There's our New York City team. We have Rose and the team that running Florida. Right now we're trying to set up, we've been working hard at setting up this UK team. UK is proving to be a challenge, but we will get past it. The reality of our situation is bleak. If you check the decisions you make, how many of them have to do with your fear and how many of them have to do with your lack. And those two things, fear and lack, are an example, testimony to the failure of the government. It didn't change when the Yellow Brigade was there. Don't tell me who do more. That have nothing to do with it. What it is who fixed it, who made the country work. Our justice system should be fixed. Our water system should be fixed. We should have jobs and a jobs management database. We're supposed to have a proper education system that gives prestige education to all our people. We could have all of that. You could have all of that, and it's real easy. What they complicated for is to design contracts and projects to thief money. We need to stop all that. We need transparency. We need proper procurement, and it is not a complicated thing. It is just to make sure we do the right things right. Listen, it's on you. We're together in this. The Progressive Empowerment Party is yours. Come and assist. There's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes, and those things are going to be announced as days go by. So stay tuned for that. We're no longer distracted by Carnival. We're on an election footing, and there are things that are being done, that are being organized. So stay tuned and stand by. Until tomorrow, stay safe. Trinidad and Tobago.